All right. Welcome, one and all, to Prole Church. Sorry I haven't had Prole Church in a few days or weeks or however long it's been. It's been difficult to find time to do things. Let's put it that way. And therefore, I have not done Prole Church because when I have too many other things to do, one of the first things I do is neglect Prole Church. So my apologies for not having time to do Prole Church, but I have got to get my life back on track. I just bought $20 batteries. And so the batteries in my Ring doorbell ran out, and for some reason I didn't make it a priority to replace them. I'm not certain why. I just did not. And of course, the batteries at once are very expensive. So that's another problem that we have to resolve. Is that sometimes I neglect things because I just can't afford to replace them. And it's not a good reason not to replace your home security products, especially when you live in a sketchy part of town like I do. So right now I am replacing the batteries inside of my wireless Ring doorbell. God, I better do this correctly because the last time I did this, I screwed it up so bad I had to buy a new one. Actually, this is my third one because every time I do this, I end up somehow busting this enclosure. It wants it to go in there, but I can't figure out how it goes in here while simultaneously going in there. Like it wants to go into one or the other, but not both. Okay. This is so hard. I hate when things should be easy and they aren't, and you just get frustrated with them. And that's what's happened to me in the past. Is I've gotten frustrated and then I break things because I don't know how these things are supposed to fit in here simultaneously. It just won't go in both holes at the same time. Like it wants one or the other, not both. And if you break these little things, then you have to buy a new one. I have the old broken one right behind me. I gave my old one to my next door neighbor too, and she's never set it up, which I'm kind of sad about. But she's also never around. Oops, I accidentally hit the button. I'm trying to get it on here and it just will not go on there. Like, for some reason, maybe I have to push this down. That's probably what's wrong. I have to push this down. Yep, that's it. I just have to push that down. All right, so that's ready to go on there. All right. Am I going to get the other one going too, or am I just going to be lazy? Just sitting around doing nothing anyway, so I might as well. So I set up two motion sensor cameras, one that watches the window and one that watches my house or the doorbell or the door. And it's just something that you do. And Not sure why. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. I hope I blank before I wake and curse the world for the devil to take. Well, thank you. We needed to hear something like that. I think we need more religion on this channel, not less. Because let's see if my phone can see them now. Hopefully it can. All right, so I thought I'd just get on for a few minutes, for an hour or so, and see what people are up to. So I've been going around doing the things I need to do. Okay, so we got that. That, which one? Which one is that? Is this one? I think this one is this one. I think it's recording. Recording now. All right, so now it's detecting motion, so let's put the lid back on. Hey, tickle that like button. Hello. Hi, David. You haven't been around very much. But John has been around a lot. Like, I feel like John's just, I feel a sense that John's giving up, man. You gotten that sensation too from him? Like, I feel like he's not okay, that's for sure. And I feel bad for the guy. I truly do. Because, I mean, a lot of life isn't about, life is hard. Let's just put it that way. Life is hard. Sup, Steam? Yeah, I'm busy. Yeah, I could tell. Um, Life is harder than we think, and it's unfortunate that some of us are busting our hump for practically nothing, it feels like. At least that's my opinion. I feel like a lot of us are working really hard these days, and we're just not getting ahead. Like, it's really sad to see. Like, I don't like seeing people failing at life, but that's kind of where we're at right now in societies, where I feel like a lot of people are just failing. So, so yeah, it just it sucks that everything is so hard these days. Like, it's not even funny how hard things are these days. Like, I wish I could laugh at how funny at how things are these days, but it's not even that kind of funny. It's like, if I had to say, life has become cruel. And I believe that life will become even more cruel in the following year. Like, I do believe that things will somehow manage to progressively get worse. Like, I don't know how we've let things get this bad, or what happened, but I feel like life just got put into such difficulty that most of us are just failing. Just outright we're failing. Is this a joke channel? Yes, it's I make humor out of a out of life. So if you is it serious? It's as serious as a heart attack. Are people taking it seriously? No. Yeah. It's I mean, I'm here to make people to bring awareness to life. Like, I feel like most of us know that things are harder than they need to be, and no one's really paying attention. And that's why I do the channel, because I feel like no one's paying attention as to how difficult things have gotten. It's not by an amazing coincidence that things have gotten progressively worse for everyone. And no one's bringing enough awareness to this problem. And to me, that's what's frightening about the way that things are. When you're spending $10 on eggs and no one is outraged, and then they use stupid um, reasons for why everything has to cost more. They'll blame everyone but their own corporate greed as to why things are the way that they are. It's very unfortunate the way that things have played out, especially for people that don't have money. That's what really gets me, is that people should definitely be more outraged, straight up outraged at the cost of everything. And I don't see enough outrage. Like I have been so stressed out from work in the last couple months that I stopped going to the doctor. I stopped taking my pills. I stopped working out as much as I normally do. Trump's granddaughter YouTube channel has 900,000 subscribers. She worked her way up. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Ivanka could do OnlyFans and make a lot of money. A lot of men would pay a lot of money to set Ivanka in her birthday suit. So, I don't know. We live in a very strange time. It's if you don't laugh about it, Kevin, you have to cry about it. Like it's serious. It's very serious what's going on out there. When jobs pay nothing, like when a company can look at you and say, "Well, we're paying $16 an hour," and you're like, "I'm a 30-year-old man with a family. I can't take a $15 an hour job." There's enough bread and circus and despair to keep proles in their lane. It sure is. Like, I was just driving home from, ironically enough, the 99-cent store, right? So I'm driving home from the 99-cent store, and I thought to myself, people don't go outside anymore. Not just kids, but I feel like adults go outside by far a lot less than they used to. How much money Americans need to be comfortable? It's a simple equation. I tell you guys this all the time. What Americans need to be comfortable is 25% of your income should pay your rent. It should never be 75% or 80%. That's ridiculous what they want us spending on rent. So if your rent in your area is $2,000 a month, that's $8,000 a month that you need to be making to cover all the rest of your bills. There's no one that should be working 40 hours right now and having to go to the food bank. I'm gonna be crashed out from drinking. Lennon, you're too funny. I mean, I get to the point every night where I'm just like, you know what? This is stupid. That's where I get to every single night. And I'm just like, what am I going to do? Have you guys noticed that a lot of people aren't posting anymore on YouTube? Like, even the big YouTube channels, they're not posting regularly anymore. That's why you probably don't see much people out about unless you live in big cities. I don't see many. I mean, the traffic was crazy this afternoon when I was going to the 99-cent store. Like, traffic was backed up big time. Walmart was absolutely packed to the gills, but everyone is buying less too. Like, I was at the 99-cent store right now, and I bought Ziploc containers. I bought ramen. I bought ramen from the 99-cent store. That's how you know you're broke. Let's see. 25 or 26 an hour is weak these days. I used to make that, but I know many people who make 30 or 40 an hour these days. Those jobs exist, and that's what we all need to get into. Well, $26 an hour is the California minimum living wage. So when they raised the minimum wage workers to $20 an hour, they still needed to make up that extra $6 a week that they weren't making. So any California fast food worker needed to make an extra, let's see, $240 a week in order to just survive. I mean, you're talking about basic survival here. You're not, when I think of people, I think of them thriving, not surviving. And I don't feel like anyone is surviving. I I don't feel like I feel like the price tag of life has outpriced the prole by a million times. And there's nothing they can do about it. That's like we can't fight back at McDonald's and say you're gonna pay me more because my rent's this much. No. You know what my boss used to tell me when I first started working here? And this is the audacity of my boss. When I would complain about the low wages, he would show me apartments in the ghetto. He's like, well, if you move here, then your rent won't be so high. And I'm like, you want me to move an hour out of town in a rundown neighborhood so I can afford to live? What's wrong with this equation? The solutions that corporate America offers are absolutely stupid. Let's see. That's why my managers do. They tell me they go home and drink till they pass out. And they're young millennials. Yeah. I'm watching Jones Plantation tonight. The trailer looks good. I was just at Walmart looking at the DVDs, and there's hundreds of movies that I've never heard of because I don't watch mainstream media. Let's see. Alonzo says Macy's just closed about 150 stores nationwide. What say you? Economy keeps bleeding service sector jobs for the proletariats coming out of high school or university. I don't know what to say other than there aren't enough good jobs for all the people that need them. They have to rename the Thanksgiving parade. the thanks proletariat parade now. Let's see. Metformin. God, I'm going through all of my prescriptions right now. And I haven't taken my medication regularly in 3 months. Like I just can't. Like I don't shower regularly like I used to. I'm not working out as hard as I used to. I even skipped working out altogether yesterday because I had to go take that yoga class. I didn't wash my clothes for 45 days. Like my life is really falling apart. Like I'm too stressed out. I can't sleep. Like everything about my life right now is much, much harder than it should be. And I know why. It's like financial stress sucks. Like when your paychecks stop stretching between pay periods, it really stresses you out. Let's see. Fast food doesn't necessarily need to pay a lot more, in my opinion. What we need to talk about is everyone else making 50 to 60 a year and claiming that it's good money. It's not good money. It was good money back in the 2000s. It's not good money anymore. 60,000 is minimum wage, in my opinion. Very much so close to minimum wage. Like, I'm looking at the pills that my doctor gave me last time. My cholesterol doubled in a month, and he's like, "What's going on?" It's like, "Well, I stopped taking my cholesterol medicine, so that's what's going on." Let's see, I don't take that one anymore. Feno, right. I don't know what this one's for, but I better put it in there anyway. Let's see here. Yeah, what pills? My cholesterol's bad too. I have blood pressure medication, I have heart medication, I have diabetes medication, I have what do you call it? I have medication for Jesus, just a minute, everything. I have medication for sleeping, I have medication for waking up. I have a medication for everything. Like these, I have to make these pill boxes. Like I have to do this so often that I have 3 weeks worth of medications I have to update every single week in order to keep them enough. And I need to order this phenobright medication. Oh my god, I'm supposed to take this when I go to bed. Oh, I've been taking it. Anyway, uh-oh, it causes dizziness. Well, I need to get a refill of that. Let's see what's left. Not that. Why is this one empty? Okay, I got a new description of that. So then I will take this one and put it in here. Need that one. I need to get refill of that. Refill of astrovastinin. Refill of metformin. Holy crap, I have so many pills. It's crazy. Dang. Blue. It's tough being out there. You know, the stress, my stress levels are very, very high from work, and so I have to take a lot of medications in order to deal with stress. My high blood pressure and heart problems are caused by stress. Yeah, factory jobs are hell. Manufacturing jobs are hell too. I worked in manufacturing for 10 years. It pays more than fast food or retail, but these shouldn't be the kind of job you tell people to go into. Kevin, I would say that the meatpacking industry is going to suffer with the deportations because meat processing is a tough, dangerous, low-paying job. Let's see. Uh-oh, I forgot to put this back in the box. Back in the box. It would depend on what you live, but it should be somewhere close to 6 figures. But I'm just a guy that's single and doesn't want children, so what to do? We don't have factory jobs like we used to. Those jobs were the thing that allowed people to move up. Yeah, once they moved the low end jobs to China that people use, that regular blue collar people use to make a living, and those same people had to go like look for jobs at McDonald's. That's when the quality of life started diminishing exponentially, in my opinion. Is that expensive? A cat is a natural stress reliever. Yes, cats also poop and they shed their hair and they're moody. Oh my gosh, there's so many problems with cats. Like, I live in a studio apartment and I feel cramped in here all the time. Like, seriously cramped. So, as for my haul from the 99-cent store, I have. Mhm. So, this is what I bought from the 99-cent store. So, I bought pretty much expired ramen. You guys can hear it. Ramen. I bought expired corn nuts. I bought more ramen. And I bought a bag of popcorn. So, all in all, I spent $11 at the 99-cent store. And by the way, nothing costs 99 cents. Everything costs $1.25. I even got new Ziploc containers because my sink hasn't worked in over 10 days and all my containers look like they need to be thrown out. Skilled factory jobs still exist here, but the qualifications you need to have to make $30 an hour is insane. I spend a lot of time on Indeed, and these employers have the audacity to ask so much. I agree, they do ask for too much. The same thing is happening in China too. They started to lose out on the manufacturing jobs to India. A CNC machinist has to know so much just to make $30 an hour. It's not worth it anymore. It's true. It's not worth it anymore. The reason why we need to ban HR. HR is ridiculous. HR is always trying to underpay people. Oh, good. I just got some ramen and that was expired. I wouldn't give that trash to the birds. Well, um the 99-cent store has to sell it by a certain date. Best Buy last month. I mean, just because it's expired doesn't mean it's not good. You probably shouldn't eat it when the expiration date says 10/21/24. But, you know, times are tough, man. When did these Oh, let's see. These expired 11/18/24. Expired corn nuts. Let's see when my popcorn expired. My popcorn expired 5/15/24. Thank goodness there's a 99-cent store to make sure that we all don't die. Or at least physically. Ugh. Let's see. I just ordered some thong underwear online. I thought I'd give them a try. If I don't like them, I'll stick to my boxer briefs. Oh my God. Alonzo, really? If Trump can't do nothing about high inflation, then he should start getting his administration ready to push to the increase people's disability and social security checks by about 2,000 on top of what? No, Trump's going in the opposite direction. He's gonna try to get rid of food stamps. He's gonna try to get rid of housing. He's gonna try to get rid of any sort of government assistance for poor people. My girlfriend makes 29 an hour and my last job paid 26 an hour and I have an associate's degree and I worked in a warehouse. She has no education but got into a union working from home. That's nice. That's good money for working from home. Because you wouldn't believe how much money you waste just going to work in gas, transportation, food. Going to work is expensive. Let's see. Abolisher, MS, my Promobile is dangerous. I'm driving it right now to my slave job. Abolisher, you need to get yourself a bus pass, man. Everyone receives. Never go into a warehouse or manufacturer. Don't do it. I don't think many people want to do that job. I recommend listening to the Dan Carlin Human Resource episode of Hardcore History. What the heck is that? Is that a brothel, David? It sounds like a brothel. Do you think being part of a growing organization is a worthwhile reward for the proles? No raises, but you're part um of a great team. It's not worth it. We work for money. That's all that matters. Is we work for money. Have you seen the channel where people pay him to act like a job inspector and call out bosses? No, I have not seen that. Where's defeat? I don't have a webcam. I just got my feet done too, so they look amazing. But MS, I need a new car. Abolisher, we both need a new car. My car isn't. My car needs to be replaced very badly this year. I've had this car for 3 years and it's already sounding like it's not good. The automotive the automotive industry has priced me out, but then they will ask for a bailout from the government. That's what they do, man. Too big to fail. Remember that. Privatize the profits, socialize the losses. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Mello, the ladies asked about you yesterday. Uh, let's see. I'm going to go into healthcare and start a new career at age 36. My career is dead. I have no motivation to work in the field I have been in for over 10 years. I'll tell you this much, I've never had any motivation to work in technology. The only motivation you have is eating. That's really what it comes down to is eating. That's our only motivation to go to the workplace, and we're not eating great. Tomorrow for lunch, we're having corn nuts and ramen. $2. Living in America is miserable. Some days I wake up not knowing what to do with myself. What do I do? Somebody please tell me what is there to do in this country. you're supposed to grow old and pass away. How stupid can poor people be? Very, very stupid. Doesn't Subaru include 2 annual oil changes with a tire rotation? I don't have that. Maybe new ones do, but my car's not new. So I just had a tire rotation and an oil change about a month ago. They say if you go into healthcare for money, you'll be miserable. Ooh. I think going into the workplace for money is miserable. I'm going to look that up. Mm, I'm going into it for the money. Laugh out loud. Remember, don't tell them that while you're in the interview because then they won't hire you. Because for some reason, people think that you work because you like working. We'll take your, we'll take your car. I'll take your car. Well, you don't want that piece of junk, man. It is a wagon of terror. A wagon of terror. I don't know what's wrong with the brakes, but they're sticking. Like I'll be riding down the road and suddenly I can feel them stick and then they release and it feels really strange sometimes. The front brakes are doing great though. You can go hiking, fishing, and visit an old town or go for a run. Go for a run. Do they think I'm your girlfriend? No, I don't think so. I think they just want to see your feet or other things. I think other things. Um, no, they actually no, they because I brought someone else to the place yesterday, and they're like, I walked in and there's like, oh look, does your girlfriend want her fingernails done? And I looked at her, and then I looked at the ladies, and I'm like, this was weird because I was chatting them up, and she was getting jealous that I wasn't paying any attention to her, and I was paying more attention to the Asian ladies. Has anyone ever gotten respect and ended up getting hired for being brutally honest in a job interview? No, they usually don't want people being brutally honest in interviews. If you show that you have a hint of backbone in a job interview, chances are you're not going to get hired. Only Peter from the office space. Exactly. I've got no power steering in my Prole mobile. Oh my god. Abolisher. Make sure you only drive in a straight line. When God created us, what did he have in mind for us to do? Like, please don't answer with go into the world, be fruitful and multiply. BS, because I didn't say that. Because he didn't say that. God, the God appeared in blue true. I'm trying to get my aunt's old car, but I'm not going to get it because it's costing too much to keep the insurance and it hasn't been driven in over a month, but I'm getting a job soon. The Bible and on record when he talks to Moses. Oh my God. Man, I gotta let. So when I'm walking around in these shorts, they keep falling off, but when I sit down, they're too tight, so I have to undo them. Ugh. First world problems, people. My pants don't fit. This medication says, I just was reading this on the back. It says, do not chew or crush before swallowing. I think they should put that note on your paycheck every week. The mechanics want $1,200 like I can just pull that out of my rear end. Oh my God. My big problem right now with my Promobile is that I'd have to go drop it off and sit there for 4 hours while they have time to look at it. And I can't. I just can't sit for 4 hours doing nothing. Buy yourself a moo. A moo. I'd love to wear a moo. Man, I would be totally naked under the moo, and that would be great because I'd get a lot more whatchamacallit, a lot more air, a lot of more circulation down there. We'd have more air circulating around the sack. Car repairs nowadays are a nightmare. Ditch the broken car and get you a new used car. Get you a new used car. You know, Alonzo, You just hit it on the head. I need to get myself a new used Susie Rotten Crotch because I need a new one, but there's no such thing as a brand new Susie Rotten Crotch. So I need a brand new pre-owned Susie Rotten Crotch. Oh Lord, I can't believe that's the way that things are now. Job hoppers are actually not bad people. They just can't stand being a kiss ass to the boss or taking crap from coworkers. It's not a bad thing. I'll tell you what, Kevin, when you look at a resume of a job hopper, you don't hire them because the last thing you want to do is have to retrain them over and over again. When you look at someone's resume, what you want to see is stability, not job hopping. Job hoppers are people who are going to stay in low-level jobs for a long time. Having a car means you have to be part-time mechanic, but I'm one of the millennial Gen Zs that knows how to change my own oil. I've never actually looked under the hood before. For all I know, there's a hamster wheel in there. You might be able to get a used car. used Susie. I had a recent job interview and they kept asking me 3 times, how do you handle conflict? Oh, that's a big one. I always tell them I don't. I just walk away. I don't need to deal with conflict. MS, there's a piss in the collection bowl again. Magco, it's just lemonade. It's good enough you can still drink it. There's lemonade and Snickers bars in the collection plate again. So if anybody's hungry, just grab yourself a Snickers and a lemonade and just sit down and enjoy the church. Let's see, MS. Do you think we're going into a depression with the new administration? We've been in a depression a long time. When the wages of fast food workers go up, you know you're in a depression, man. People aren't buying it either. Like I don't know how many places I've been to in recent months where the restaurants are going under. Like I think Domino's, I know Domino's for sure may not survive. Pizza Hut has changed their restaurants to where it's more like a vending machine. So Blue, thank you for the dono. You don't have to donate all the time. I feel like Blue, like you're trying to save my channel from itself. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for the thank you, Blue, for being such a sweet person to help a brother out. Regarding the car, go to an auction and find something a bit better. I've never been to a car auction. But if they're in the same fields, aren't they pre-trained? Uh, I don't know. I'd have to meet a Susie Rotten Crotch and ask her about her training, her Rotten Crotch training, because she's definitely not new and she's definitely got a few miles on her. Alonzo says, where do you see America in 20 years from now? I see America 20 years from now looking like Oakland. Like Oakland does, where there's just tents everywhere. Civilization has collapsed. The rich are now living in much larger gated communities. Hello, Black Sheep. Thank you for coming over. Yo, senor. Thank you for coming to watch me. I love John's channel. John, whenever I watch one of John's videos, I think he should be doing more videos. I think John should be posting every day. I mean, I get that. They don't want to retrain them, but what do you say to companies who refuse to train? Every job I've had wants self-starters. They want you to sink or swim. That's been my job since I started, Kevin, is sink or swim. I've looked into police auctions, but they either don't have them where I live or only for dealers. That's true. Your channel got smashed by YouTube. You should have had 100,000 subscribers. Blue, I agree. My revenue dropping by such a large amount, by 50% in 1 month, man, I feel like YouTube just gave me a kick to the nuts, man. Like I was seeing steady growth until I got to a certain number, and then it just came crashing down. Like suddenly one day I logged in, and it's like your revenue is down 25%. The next day it's 35%. Right now it's 50%. Like, what the heck, man? I have more views than I ever have ever on this channel. On every video is getting 1,000 to 2,000 videos. I have 5,000 watch videos, and they're all very, very highly rated too. And I don't know what's going on. Will California become a smart city? Perhaps a smart city with no water. Alonzo, I was actually looking at an article this morning where, let me look at it real quick again. So I was looking at an article this morning that was posted, and they believe that, let's see. Let's see. Ooh. Listen to this. Trump launches trade war on Colombia after it refuses deportation flights as president fires warning shots to all of Latin America. The U.S. will no longer tolerate illegal immigrants. I swear, you know what Trump's going to do? He's going to attach a parachute to all the immigrants and just let them fly down to their home country so the airplanes don't have to land. He's just going to airdrop all of the immigrants, which is going to be sad because, ugh, it's not a good thing. Anyhow, I was reading this article this morning. Let's see. Let's see. Ooh, SNL went after Trump's son. A teacher turned in her own students this morning, or the article says a teacher turns on his students with startling message to ICE agents: "Come and get them." Ouch. There was another article I saw. Okay, so this is the article I was looking for. Real estate star gives grim prediction for the future of Los Angeles. He reveals why homeowners will never return to their homes. Let's see. Kevin says, companies I've worked at want to get you in the door, and if you can't do the job, then get out. The boss wants you to figure it out and perform. That's exactly how it is at my company right now. Either figure it out or get out. I thought these were more prevalent in the States. Let's see. 33 proles and only 11 likes. You might get some UBI. I hope so. I hope and pray these corporations fail and that the corrupt government doesn't bail them out. You have to remember that the government and corporations, these are the same people that own the corporations, so they have a stake in it. So, would you let your investments fail if you were going to lose money? The answer is no. It's not that they're too big to fail, it's that they're owned by rich people who work in the government. It's like giving yourself a little loan ski. I wonder how 2026, 2027 graduates will handle the workforce. I don't know because there really aren't jobs for them. Universal basic likes. Thank you, Blue. That's a great idea. Universal basic likes, people. There's 15 of you in here who haven't hit the like button. Can you be an adult learner, someone who worked a long time but then got a new degree and make a resume showing just your education and try to start entry level? Act like you never worked before. I think that at a certain age, they're not going to buy it. Let's see. Do you think people who are going to college for a STEM and graduate in 2026 will have an even harder time getting jobs? Yes, and the reason I say that is because they want a lot of experience even for entry-level jobs that college grads don't have. Baron, bad move. He may be the only one everyone likes. A true Sigma. Well, apparently they did a SNL skit on him last night that wasn't very nice. Let's see, I might not be looking hard enough, but I haven't had any luck, but I'm afraid that I might end up with something that doesn't work the most. Hope you find one with a few diamonds in the catalytic converter. I hope so too. Make me a mod. I will smite the trolls with love and compassion. Uh, all right. I'll make you a low level. Add as moderator. I'll make you if you behave badly, I will remove your mod powers instantly. Go get the trolls. I hit it. Good, Alonzo. You're a good prole. It's a rigged and broken system. I agree. 5 to 10 years of experience don't have to go work at McDonald's. 5 to 10 years in order to work at McDonald's. Can you imagine that? You need 5 to 10 years of working in fast food in order to get an entry-level fast food job. Now that would be good. I'm at work dying on the inside. John, what do you do for work? I keep thinking that you work in a movie theater. Thank you, MS. You're welcome. Treat the wrench as if it were your own wiener. You think you could tell them you didn't like your previous field and wanted to change? Try to let your grades in school speak for themselves. Grades in school don't matter. It's training, experience, and what you can do. Education is now just a cover charge. Like, they want you to have education, but they're not going to hire you on education alone. Let's see. Slay me new mod. First people complained about millennials. Now Gen Z is the latest punching bag. Well, Gen Z is an easy target because they're rejecting corporate culture and they're rejecting low wages. So boomers can't have people that want to make real money, especially young people. Restaurant. Yeah, restaurant. 5 to 10 years of experience and no experience, no job. It is my arm. My arm. That's funny. Pretty soon you'll need a PhD to work at Walmart or McDonald's. One of my professors when I was at community college, she worked at Target while she was teaching our class. So she was a PhD in anthropology and she was still working as an overnight stalker at Target. They already don't like Gen Alpha. Well, Gen Alpha is supposedly very, very bad. Super more entitled than Gen Z. This country is a joke. I agree. The chat audio seems to be lagging. Is this an issue for others? I hope not, because I've spent a lot of money on the best internet that I can get in this area. Data collection. Gen Z here. All right, Gen Z, you better behave. I'm a California teacher and I'm still broke. Oh Lord, you need to work in fast food that's what you need to do, Magco. You need 5 to 10 years for McDonald's. You need 5 to 10 years for Susie Rottencrotch. You need 5 to 10 years not to have to work outside if you don't want to. Don't forget, bachelor's required and master's preferred. At McDonald's. It must be my internet. Just restart your computer. That usually fixes everything. What if a technical degree and a field that is struggling to find people? I see a lot of postings on Indeed in healthcare, nurse, x-ray, and surgical tech. Ooh, that's what I do. That's where I work right there. Why won't Fleece leave me alone? Fleece, remember, it's more important than food and water. The booty warrior knows what's up, man. The American scheme nightmare. I agree. It is an American scheme. The exploitation in this country at least used to be a little covered up, right? We didn't really talk about the exploitation. Now they just don't care. Let's see. Gen Beta will succeed out of spite after all the beta teasing. I hope so. I really do hope so. I hope someone succeeds. Like the last generation that was successful were our grandparents. We have had 3 generations from our parents to us to Gen Z. These 3 generations have been total failures. So I'm hoping that we can get at least a little win, somewhere in there. Hello. Oh, look, it's Trump. Trump, stop deporting migrants. They're people too. Oh my gosh, that needs to be a movement. Migrants. Migrant lives matter. I worked at McDonald's 10 years ago and I still have my hat and my spatula in my drawer. I worked at Walmart. Um, God, it's been 2019. The summer of 2019 was my last year at Walmart, and I still have my uniform. I keep it in my closet, a constant reminder that things can actually be worse. Police got me in my medical insurance. Police is getting you everywhere, man. Police don't care. He sticks it in every place he can. Frankie, thanks for coming by and watching the stream. I'm going to do either x-ray or surgical tag. Move back in with my parents and start over. Get out of my manufacturing and correct the job hopping in a new field. Be careful. Kevin, I work in that field, and I'll tell you this much. Not everyone gets a good job. It's extremely saturated with low-level workers right now. Extremely saturated, and I'm talking about churning out new people every few weeks. And like I see these people come in, and it's a lot harder than you think. That's a lot of the students think that it's going to be super easy in order to get into these medical fields. It's a lot of work. They have to study a lot. It's not like you're just going to get a food card. It's a lot of work. I mean, trust me, I see it every day. Nursing schools are picky with who they admit at times. Avoid online schools, and you should be fine with nursing. My parents were both elementary school teachers, and they could afford a modest middle class life in the 90s. So could my parents. 80s and 90s for your parents were an easy time. Life was in easy mode. Black sheep, they say blank happens in threes. I hope that the Cheeto in Chief finds a better plane of existence. I see this channel as the band playing on the Titanic as it sank. Ooh. I thought the channel being the band at Auschwitz, but that's even better. How is it satired? I don't know. X-ray tech or surgical techs are garbage fields, low pay and boring. I don't see people getting rich from where I work, so I just be careful. McDonald's has Pokemon card Happy Meals. They was booty slamming each other at Costco. Damn. I saw that. I was actually going to buy Happy Meals this week just to get the Pokemon cards. But you don't get them in every Happy Meal. Only certain Happy Meals have them. They aren't low pay. From what I've seen, $30 an hour starting for an X-ray tech. Ooh, that's good money. Not anymore. Not anymore. Ouch. Yes, and unpaid internships for these healthcare degrees. Yes, unpaid internships. That's actually what they do is after they finish going to school, they have to go to what they call an externship. That's unpaid. And they have to do a certain amount of hours in that externship before they're allowed to go to a regular job. $30 an hour gets you 2 lunches at McDonald's. The 2 lunches that the workers that work at McDonald's can't afford. Church full session. Aquamat, thank you. I hear there's a lot of ICE doing arrests in Miami. They're going anywhere where people tell them that there are people that they can get you in a hospital, they can get you at school, and they can get you at church now. There used to be places where they weren't allowed to go, but church, hospitals, and schools are now open game. So that teacher who called the ICE people on his students has a big brass pair. But I was talking to my school teacher friend this morning at the gym, and I asked her how she felt about ICE coming into schools, and she said, "I love it." She is really, really against migrant children because she says it's really hard to teach people that don't speak any English. And you're talking about people who probably aren't going to learn to speak English before they get out of public school. Yep. Blue, yeah, thanks for telling me. Yeah, the Pokemon cards are an offer, but it's also a lottery. Can you imagine if every one of them had Pokemon cards? I'm willing to bet the ratio is probably like 20%. So, yeah, I was gonna do it too, and I'm just like, you know what? You better be careful because they're you know what would happen if they were in every single Happy Meal? You'd have someone like me who just show up there and just buy as many Happy Meals as you could just to get the cards. Pika-less one. Yeah, that sucks that they do that, but it's a promotion, right? It's a lottery. So just like with the lottery, most are duds. Let's see, Magco. My skin is light complected. I'm not safe regardless. Oh Lord, I was actually sitting out with a receptionist the other day in front of a restaurant while she was waiting to get her lunch, and she just looked at me and was like, "Millennial Steam, you're not brown." And I was walking with Mello last Saturday, and she's just like, she put her hand next to mine, and she's like, "You're not that dark," and I'm like, "This is me with artificial tanner on. This is me artificially tanned, and I'm still not that dark." And yeah, I said to her, it's like, "You're cockroach brown colored." And she's like, "You're absolutely right. I am." If you, let's see, deport the migrant kids and we won't need schools. They keeping the seats filled. Oh my God. That is very true, Blue. My school teacher friend told me that public schools are in trouble because people with money are going to charter schools and private schools, and the only people that are staying in public school are the riffraff or the poor. Let's see, Alonzo. We need a renaissance millennial steam in this country. We are due for one. These billionaires have taken control of our lives through the monopoly game. I agree, 100%. Everything's a monopoly in this country. Even the good jobs are a monopoly. Someone bought 1,000 Beanie Baby Happy Meals and gave the food away. Too bad beanies flopped. Yeah, they sure did. Is $30 constant or per diem? Part time on call doesn't sound great for the medical jobs. That's actually something my company's done a lot in the last 2 months. Is they're hiring everyone part time with no benefits. They're actually moving jobs that were once full time to part time in order to get out of paying benefits. I told you guys this year, 2025, is going to be the year that corporations find every loophole in the freaking book in order to get out of helping people out, man. Most people won't stand up against the billionaires. I said too many people in my life that I'd step up for that cause if needed, but we have to make do with what we have. So we have to find a job. Magco mentioned skin bleaching. I can't get any more bleached. Did you guys know that they had to ban skin bleaching in Africa because so many people were bleaching their skin and damaging their skin because they didn't want to be black? I thought that was I thought Luigi turned the tide. Wishful thinking. I hope that the jury lets Luigi go. I really, really do. I think Luigi just, sure, he did a bad thing, but how many rich people have done much, much worse things to poor people? I think he brought the awareness that we needed to see that the system is all messed up and that we need to fix it. All right, guys, I have got to get to the gym. I will be making a 20-minute video when I get back, so I'll be back in an hour to work on my afternoon video. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. Blue, thank you so much for your generosity and kindness on the channel. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everyone who hit the like button. You guys, it really helps me out when you guys like the videos because I'm a small YouTuber and the algorithm is set against me. So thank you guys all for coming and watching Prole Church. I will see you guys in the next video, and have a wonderful work week, guys. Truly amazing community.